But I'm gonna start off with the Raiders. I've given the Raiders some harsh criticism over the years.
Okay.
But going into this season with the roster that they have, developed through trades and through the draft, acquiring Chandler Jones to play opposite side Max Crosby on defense, and also obviously adding Devontae Adams to the offense with Derek Carr, Renfro, and Darren Waller. I believe that Derek Carr has the best skill positions at wide receivers and tight end in the NFL. I think he has the best tight end in football in Darren Waller.
The best?
I think Darren Waller is the best tight end in football.
Wow, okay.
Him and Hunter Renfro both caught 100 balls last year. So what are you going to do from a defensive standpoint? Are you going to double Devontae Adams, which you have to because he's going to destroy you? And you have to find a bracket for Darren Waller, so the defense are going to have to make a decision on who they want to double. They've already caught 100 balls without Devontae Adams. Mm-hmm. So if Derek Carr doesn't go out and perform at an elite level this year with the weapons that he has on the outside, with the defense of the trades that they have acquired, in the AFC West, which is probably the toughest division in football with those quarterbacks, if they don't make it to the playoffs this year and make a run, it is a huge disappointment for Derek Carr and that organization. They have to get into the playoffs with the roster that they have. Even if it's the toughest division in football, they have to have a great season.
I got to agree. With that.
That division is tough. Best skill play. I mean, I wouldn't say it's them. I don't even know if it's the best in the division, let alone in the league.
Who do you think is the best skill positions in the division?
Could be the Chargers. It could be
from
the Chargers.
Keenan Allen,
yeah, from top to bottom.
Mike Williams and who?
Austin Eckler. I mean, you got to throw him in there. Tight end is debatable because they had Jared Cook last year, and now they saying Parham is having a really good camp. But Darren Waller had 100 catches. Hunter Renfro had 100 catches. I don't see either one of them having 100 catches this year because a lot of those targets and looks will be going to Devontae. And it will be interesting. Hunter Renfro probably will because he'll replace that. He'll be the Wes Welker in this offense.
Sure he will.
But McDaniel has never had outside of Moss, and Devontae is not a get down the field guy as much as Moss was.
What?
That type. Devontae getting down the field with Moss's speed like that?
I'm not saying the speed, but he gets deep now. He's a definite deep threat.
What I'm
not
saying,
like Moss though.
We're talking like legendary. Something that we've
you said what like
barely ever seen in our lifetime.
You don't get down the field like Randy Moss. It was a safe point. He made a safe point.
Josh McDaniel.
Pick somebody else.
What I'm saying is
don't start with legendary.
No, you're not going to get down the track like Usain Bolt.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like, come on, man. You gonna start with Moss?
It's because I said Moss because
does he get down the field like Chad Johnson?
No, this is what I'm saying.
Great cash, homie.
The reason I said Moss is because Josh McDaniels was his coach in New England. And so how they navigate how he's going to incorporate everybody into this offense, because Devontae is used to getting targets consistently and often during the game. And so,
because he's earned it.
Hey, I'll say this:
100% the best receiver in the league.
I'll say this: Devontae Adams can get down the field like Randy Moss with these new rules that they have in the game today. It's an equal medium between the two, but don't start at the top with Moss. No, that's not a fair comparison.
No,
it
was a comparison because Josh McDaniels was his coach, and I was comparing who has Josh McDaniels coached from the receiver position. He's had Wes Welker, Hunter Renfro can mimic that, and Julian Edelman type of thing.
He's going to be the Randy Moss of his offense.
He hasn't had a receiver like Devontae. Like Moss is getting down the field, but he's not running routes and he's not setting guys up like Devontae. So they'll be different.
I totally disagree with
you. Disagree with?
I can't believe.
So you mean to tell me that
I'm
Randy Moss is running
from a wide receiver standpoint? I'm really disappointed.
Randy Moss is running routes like Devontae Adams?
No, I'm not saying that. Devontae Adams actually runs better routes than Randy Moss.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
That's
what I'm saying.
Yeah,
they're different receivers.
Yes,
he's an edge receiver that can consistently beat one-on-one coverage.
Is getting down the field, whereas Devontae is more.
But now, let's not take away. Randy Moss did run good routes. He was a good route runner.
Randy Moss.
But Devontae Adams is
that's a different
type of route
had to stay
running.
back on Moss. Like, they wasn't letting Moss get bombed. Devontae Adams is just so good of a route runner that
can get open in a phone booth.
It doesn't matter.
He can get open in a phone booth.
It doesn't matter.
Right. All right. Well, do you want to say something about Trevor? I want to get to this Dolphins tampering scandal.
When you talk to Jags, it's
I don't want.
All we gotta do is talk to the Jags. All we gotta do is talk. We ain't gotta talk to the Jags.
The only reason why we're talking Jags is because you believe Trevor Lawrence is going to be the savior of the franchise.
Hey, Trevor, give him his space.
Trevor Lawrence can play. Trevor Lawrence can play, but this the problem. I'm gonna ask y'all this, and y'all probably only go. Who's a receiver on the team, LaVar? Give me one.
I don't care.
I do not know.
I don't care.
No.
They could have got Devontae Adams this year. I would have said they got Devontae Adams, but are they going to be able to win?
They'll be better.
What's better? Okay. All right, let's do over under.
They did have a first pick.
Let's do over under.
They did have a first pick.
8 wins.
Win.
Eight wins.
Under. They'll be under that.
7 wins.
Under.
Wow.
Or maybe
6
no.
wins.
They play 17.
So where is this great
I say
season
they fall in
coming
between.
in?
I didn't say a great season. I said they'll do better. They had the first pick.
You think he's going to have a great season?
I said they'll do better. He'll have a better season.
Do you think Trevor Lawrence is going to have a great year?
What's your definition of great season?
You tell me.
He'll be better.
Can we pull up the sound?
This what y'all
TJ's exact words were he's a generational talent and player.
I believe that.
That's going to change.
You can't be generational if you're not winning 8 games.
The dude just finished his rookie year, and he got a new head coach already. So he's learning a new offense back to back. No, I'm not making excuses.
I was in the same situation.
I'm stating facts. And then who they starting receivers, Plex?
You play defense. They tell you see
don't even matter.
See ball, go hit
you
ball.
Don't matter.
Hey, Plex, who the Jags starting receivers? See, and that's my point. That's my point.
So what are you saying? He's not going to be that generational quarterback because he doesn't have guys to throw to?
He's going to stink because his team stinks.
He's going to be better. He's going to be better. But when I ask you who's the starting receivers and you can't answer, that's tough for him.
I ain't got nothing to do with that.
I can answer.
We'll go get him some receivers then.
You can answer because you want to see Trevor Lawrence do well.
It's going to be a process. But when I ask you, when Joe Burrow's going into his second year, who's his receivers? We can name that, though.
Yeah, we certainly can.
And that's my point. That's my point.
You know who else we can name? Isaac Lowenkron.